Hello and welcome to the lesson where we'll be discussing how to write to the console in Java. And in the first part of this lesson, we'll be covering the use of the System.out.print and System.out.println methods to write to the console. During this lesson, we'll discuss the following topics. Using the System.out.print and System.out.println methods to write to the console, we'll also see several examples of writing different data types to the console, and we'll also understand the formatting output with printf method. Before we begin, it's important to note that in order to write to the console in Java, we need to use the System.out object. This object is an instance of the printstream class, and it provides various methods for writing to the console. The two main methods we will be covering at this lesson are System.out.print and System.out.println. The System.out.print method is used to write a string or a value to the console without moving to the next line. Let's now look at the following example. Let's create an example file called example1. I guess we will skip it in our next lessons because you already know how to do it, right? Here within the class, we create the main method, and let's write System.out.print. And in double brackets, here we'll write hello. Under it, let's write System.out.print world. Let's run the program. In order to do that, we can click on this arrow here. As you can see now, this is the output of the console. So as you can see, the code wrote hello world to the console without moving to the next line after the word hello, because we use only print statement, which doesn't move to the next line. You can also write values of different types, such as int, double, and boolean, to the console using the print method. For example, let's define the int variable. Int, for example, let's call it age equals 25. And let's define weight variable. And let's assign the value 55, for instance. After that, let's use the System.out.print statement, System.out.print, and let's print age. After that, let's also print just a space, and let's print weight. So in this case, to the console will be printed 25 space 85. Let's run the program and check if it works fine. So as you can see, 25 space 85 was printed to the console. On the other hand, the System.out.println method is used to write a string or a value to the console and move to the next line. One more example. Let's write the following: System.out, but in this case, let's use println instead of print. Let's print hello. And let's duplicate this line and print world. So we have two statements of System.out.println. In first line, we print hello. After that, we print world. Let's run the program and see the output. While it's running, I can say that this code snippet will write hello, we'll then move to the next line, and after that we'll write world to the console. And as you can see here, we have two separate lines. In the first line we have hello, in second line we have world. This is because we used System.out.println or System.out.println statement. One more quick example, you can also write values of different types such as int, double, and boolean to the console using the println method. For example, we have a variable called age of type int and the value is 25, and let's use System.out.println to print the age, and let's see the result, what will be printed to the console. And as we can see, the 25 was successfully printed to the console. It's important to note that the print and println methods can also be used to write multiple strings or values to the console in a single line. For example, the following code snippet will write the strings hello and world to the console separated by a space. So let's write System.out.print, not println, just print hello and space, and under it let's use System.out.println to print world. Let's use lowercase here. And let's write the program and see the output. And we can see that the hello world was successfully printed to the console. So in the next part of this lesson, we will take a look at some examples of writing different data types to the console. But before that, I recommend you to practice writing to the console using the print and println methods. This will help you to understand how they work and how to use them in your own programs. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's discuss examples of writing different data types to the console. The first data type we will look at is string. To write a string to the console, we can use the System.out.print or System.out.println method. Here is an example, as you can see on the demo 1. System.out.println hello world in double brackets. This will output the string hello world to the console, as you can see on the demo 1 output. Next, let's look at writing numerical data types to the console. We can write integers, doubles, and floats, among others. Here's an example of writing an integer to the console, as you can see on the demo 2. So we defined a variable called mynum of type int with the value 42, and after that we use System.out.println to print mynum variable value to the console, and the value of the variable is 42. So as you can see the demo 2 output, this will output the integer 42 to the console. We can also write boolean values to the console, and here is an example. So as you can see at the demo 3, we define the boolean variable with name is true, and the value of the variable is true. After that, we use the System.out.println statement to print the value of the boolean variable is true to the console. The value of the variable is true, so true is printed to the console. We can also write characters to the console, and here is an example. So we define the variable mychar of type char, and after that we print it, and as you can see the value is printed to the console. In this part of the lesson, we have looked at examples of writing different data types to the console using the System.out.print and System.out.println methods. In the next part of the lesson, we'll be discussing how to format the output using the printf method. So, the printf method is used to format and print output to the console. It is similar to the System.out.print and System.out.println methods that we covered in the previous parts of the lesson, but also it allows for more control over the formatting of the output. The basic syntax of the printf method is as follows. System.out.printf, after that in double brackets the format string, and after that the list of arguments. The format string contains placeholders, which are represented by a %, followed by a letter that corresponds to the type of data that will be inserted at that position. For example, %d is a placeholder for an integer, %s is a placeholder for a string, and %f is a placeholder for a floating point number. And here is an example of how to use the printf method to print an integer and a string. So let's define an integer variable called age. Again, it's pretty convenient. The value will be 26, or yeah, let's put 27. Let's define string variable called name. I'll put Andrei, my own name here. And we'll now use System.out.printf method. And here we first need to specify the template string. So the template string is the following. My name is, and after that the name comes. So in order to place the name, we specify %s, and this %s will be later replaced with actual string. And I am %d years old. So again, %d will be replaced with int, with age. So after that, we need to specify the actual arguments. So the first one, to replace the %s, we need to specify the name. And after that, to replace %d, we need to specify the age. So let's now run the program. As we can see, the following output is printed to the console. My name is Andrei and I am 27 years old. It means that both placeholders were successfully replaced. So just a reminder that %s represents string and %d represents int. You can also use the printf method to specify the width of the output and to control the number of decimal places for the floating point numbers. For example, let's define double price equals 12.34567. And let's use System.out.printf. And let's print the price is, and now let's print the actual price with 2 decimal places. So the price will be in dollars, so let's put $sign here, and after that we put the placeholder %.2f. And the argument will be the actual price. So we expect to see the output of the price with 2 decimal places. Let's run the program and see what happens. Okay, so it printed to the console, the price is 12.35 with only 2 decimal places. So in this example, the %.2f specifies, so this %.2f specifies that we want to print the floating point number because of the letter f with 2 decimal places after the dot. Additionally, you can use the printf method to align the output. For example, let's print the following: System.out.printf, and now let's print %10d, and the parameter will be 5. In this example, the %10d specifies that we want to print the integer with 10 spaces and align it to the right. So let's run the program and see. Okay, so as you can see, 10 spaces were printed and the value is aligned to the right. In conclusion, the printf method is a powerful tool for formatting the output in Java. It allows you to control the width, alignment, and number of decimal places for different data types. I hope you found this lesson informative and helpful. Thank you for your time and see you on the next lesson. Bye.